Retro Racing Reports. Ascot Park Sprint Car Races. This is 1971. Be sure to like and subscribe and do all that YouTube stuff. Doesn't cost you anything. Might help me out eventually. We have a unique program here, in part because Tim Kennedy wrote the article inside here, but he doesn't spend much time talking about this particular race or the prior race. He took part in a media race event at Corona, and he talks about that. So we'll get to that in a moment. I also want to point out that our main event for this time around, which is all filled out and annotated, has a whole lot of scribble notes on it. It's a 30-lap affair. It was ended after lap 29 because there was a huge crash, and in the process of cleaning it up, they decided, that's it, we don't want to run anymore. Nobody was hurt, no ambulance was called, so that's all good. So here we go with the article from Tim Kennedy. This is Ascot Park, again, August 28, 1971. CRA veteran Don Hawley continued his successful USAC invasion last Sunday afternoon, August 22, at Springfield in the 100-mile dirt track championship race. Don finished fourth behind A.J. Foyt, George Snyder, and Jim McElreath. And the Gardena driver now ranks second in points behind McElreath. Two of the four Dirt Track Series races are history, and the remaining pair will be held at DuQuoin, Illinois on September 6th and at Indianapolis on September 11th. The September 11 race will be televised nationally by ABC TV's Wide World of Sports. Don drives Louis Center's Ensign Automotive Offie in the USAC Series. After the June 20 Nazareth race, the Ensign Offie was wrecked while being trailered back to California by CRA driver Dave Fair. Dave's El Camino left the road near Akron, Ohio, after he and passenger Bill Brown had visited the new Pocono track. The number 22 race car was trucked home, and Dave's El Camino made it later that week after repairs. I now know how CRA driver Dick Zimmerman feels about Turn 4 at Corona Raceway in Corona. Dick was leading the 30-lap CRA main event on July 24th when he slipped out of the groove in the fourth corner, allowing Steve Chassis to get by and win the race. Last Sunday night, I drove a 1957 Chevy NASCAR hobby car in the first press nationals at Corona on the half-mile dirt track, and the fourth corner was my undoing also. After starting on the pole in a 6-cylinder 57 Chevy, I spun out twice in the fourth corner during our 10-lap main. Well, I did manage to finish in the top 10. Only 9 cars were started. The 24-man press and celebrity cores had to share 12 cars, and we each got 2 laps to qualify after no practice laps. Driving number 589, I recorded a 31.94, and my co-driver, Jim Brokaw, associate editor of Motor Trend magazine, got a 30.04. Most of the press qualifying times were in the 28 to 33 second bracket. The owner-driver of number 589, who was Bill Heisey of Riverside, turned 25.97 and ran in his trophy dash. CRA's Billy Wilkerson holds the track record of 21.37. Each press member ran his car in an 8-lap heat race after qualifying. After starting 9th, I finished 5th following a trouble-free ride. Brokaw got a 5th in his heat after a spin in the 4th turn. The press 4-lap trophy dash went to Mike Amato, and our 8-lap heat races were won by URA midget announcer Paul Martin and Terry Hall, who is the PR man for Bob Bondurant's Ontario Motor Speedway driving school. Bob's 26.80 was fast time for the press portion of the program. His boss, Bondurant, drove the pace car that also carried the Corona mare. Our 10-lap main event went to Marty Martin of Wayne Manufacturing Company in Pomona over USRC's Amato and Rick Mars, a Capitol Records performer and former Disney Mouseketeer on TV. So here's a few observations from my driver's seat. First, it's difficult to spot the starter on his overhead ramp against the crowd background. With an announced attendance of 2,900, the starter was not as visible to the drivers racing out of turn 4 as he would be standing on the edge of the track, the flagging position used by CRA starters. Next, flying 8-lap heat race and 10-lap main event, I now have a new perspective and rekindled respect for talented race drivers who get cars around racetracks quickly. Third, the press competition was great fun. Race organizer Jerry Dicus of Radio KWOW in Pomona may count on my entry if he wants to organize another such event. Also, special thanks to Don Scrosapi, VP of LTech Incorporated of 7232 Eaton Avenue in Canoga Park for donating the helmets for the press members, and to Frank Ramirez at Corona Restaurateur who provided the beautiful trophies. Many thanks also to owner Bill Heisey and his mechanic Terry Smith for entrusting his $1,300 car to us and for explaining the intricacies of the car's temperamental gear shift linkage. CRA's race at Bakersfield last Saturday was run by Carl Adams in the Blair Speed Shop Chevy over Don Hamilton and Steve Chassie. Carl became the 13th different winner after 18 features this year. Again, be sure to like, subscribe, and share the Retro Racing Reports.